Hey everyone, this is Batzuga and this is a short tutorial on VR recentering and new Oculus integration. On the earlier videos I got the Oculus VR files from Oculus development website, which is no longer the case. Now you have to get it from the asset store. Just search for Oculus integration and start importing. From this, at least for the moment, we only need the custom hands folder from sample framework and the whole lot of the VR folder. I already imported them, so I can't actually select them. So just start importing and let's continue when you're done. It took me a while to find a way to recenter. I tried doing the math myself, but it was a tad bit tricky until I found that there is actually a way to recenter with one command from within like Oculus's own scripts. But even still, I had to get a little crafty to do it. Okay, so let's begin. So you should have imported the package already. So the first thing we need to do is go to VR, prefabs, get the player, camera rig. Let's recenter it, I guess here. I only place the cube so that when you recenter you know that you have actually moved your center of position, since otherwise it's just all orange and you can't actually see where you are. Then we need hands. Let's go to core custom hands, take both of them, keep them at 0, 0, 0, and to OVR grabber we need to set the OVR camera rig as a parent. So now when we turn it on, our hand should be here. Yeah, great. Then the next thing, we start actually scripting. Let's make a player hand script. Okay, to begin with we need to make sure which hand this is, left or right. So we'll do a public bool is left. And we will set it here. Not right now, no. See player hand. For the left hand we check yes and uncheck it for the right. Alright. The next thing we need to do is get the controller reference. I mean, it's not a must, but I find it simpler to do and it helps in the long run when you have a lot of commands. So we will do OVR input controller, this controller, and at the start if is left, this controller is OVR input. Let's zoom in a bit. Controller left touch. And if it's the right control, if this is the right controller, we do the same, but let's make it a right controller. Yeah. Okay, now we just need to pick a button for the recentering. Let's do controls, controls. It doesn't have to be a public actual. Make it a void. Okay, now we need to pick a button. I'm gonna use the start button, which is, let's see if I have a picture here, which is this one here. You can't use it on the right since it's the Oculus home button. Okay, let's see if it's pressed. So if OVR input get it down. OVR input. The button we want to use. Let's see. Start. Yeah. And this controller. Okay, inside here we will call the recenter. But to do this we need to go here. Let's see, camera rig. But no. We need to go to OVR manager. Inside here we have a OVR display. We need to call the display, but for some reason, maybe because it's a private set, you can't call it from outside, so we need to make a helper function. Let's see, public void recenter player. Here we need to use the display and recenter pose. Yeah. Now we just need to call it from the player hand. Oh, first we need a reference to the player. Let's see, game object parent. Let's make it a public, so we can do it inside the editor. Since we're only going to use it on the left one. No, don't ask again. We're gonna use the parent, the OVR camera rig. So now we can call parent get component OVR manager, and now we need to call the recentering function we did in the OVR manager, which is recenter player. Alright, let's try it out actually. So if I move and look here, it recenters me here, and this is my new orientation. So if I move back to my table and click it, this is now my center position, which is much simpler than the actually figure out the math by yourself. So the next tutorial will be on grabbing, possibly throwing, and I guess thank you for watching. Sorry that it's been so long since the last video, but you can comment, like and subscribe if you found this helpful, and see you in the next video.